63rd guy. I'm the 63rd. Just so you know, I use footprints, praying hands, and foot. Testing. Read on. So I call this commercials. Ads, watching ads and stuff like that. So, second one, 348. Excuse me, Friday, November 7th. Hope you're doing well. The reason why I call it commercials because I'm watching certain ads through creators' videos. And I've heard it before that people don't get paid a lot, especially if you're not watching commercials and with donations and everything like that. So, this is your business, so yeah. So here we are. You came again. I look for a certain creation you were talking about. So right now I'm just looking at it, kind of just watching the video and stuff. There's several, but I noticed this one is 12, could be significant. 2 months ago, 56, 396. So I do a lot of research on the ventures that I do. So I didn't realize, it was AI for like $97 for prompting for what AI is doing. So right now it's like I'm at the beginning, the end maybe, but it's the beginning because here we are. Same thing. We're just looking at it and doing more research as far as what the AIs that we're going to use. So excuse me. There's some talented creators. So I don't speculate, but I don't know if you have a TikTok account. What's going to happen is I'm going to use your video with my voice. You'll be in there a little bit. The reason why is because of a reason. I don't want to spook anybody. I don't want to go that far ahead, but ancestors. You got some powerful ancestors. Yes, that's what this is about, honestly. So, something about tires. Check your tires. I said Airbnb. I don't watch the news and I don't watch stuff. Right now, I don't watch the news or things like that. Excuse me if I jump. I'm trying to be as clear and speak. I talk in circles a little bit, but it's not because of. It's for certain reasons. But if I am relaying a message, well, there's a reason why. So there's a group of past life connections. Well, I'm going into this, doing it again. The AI creating books, illustrating. The reason why I was researching it in the first time is because of, subscriptions. Really, we can't pay and I say, we. It's just in general. Myself, I can't. We pay subscriptions for what I'm going to do. No, it's easier to just build an AI. When I seen what it could do, and I was like, oh man, I was amazed. Because, excuse me. Like most of us, computer illiterate. And I say most of us because, sometimes people think too much. But I do a lot of research because it takes almost for you to like have a one-on-one course. And I'm like, okay. Because that's why it's like I was a workhorse, right? Which I was. I was a workhorse in my businesses. When I say businesses, creating businesses. But it was really hard. So as long as they take care of the invoicing, good. And that's pretty much what it is. But it doesn't work out. In a perfect world, it does not work out that way. So what I was doing is to make sure that it could write up the invoice. You can say that department number, blah, blah, blah. But you can't. The thing with me is that to prompt, I really didn't understand prompting. Okay. So again, perfection. You want to try to be as perfect as you can, but it's hard. You can't. That's one of the things I've learned on the journey. So don't be perfect. One shot, one goal. It's like we're talking right now. I'm talking to several of you. Because right now I am. We're talking about everything: movies, short stories, There's so much that can be done. That's why when I bought that course, it was 97, but you get to use. They walk you through everything pretty much. The prompting, the telling the stories. That's more storybook stuff. AI. The thing is that you're gonna do stories, but then you got your editing, you got your publishing, you got your illustration, you got your how you speak the feelings, all those things. I never really needed for them to give me ideas. Ideas are here. It's it's finding the right systems, right, the right AIs, and now the AIs are just amazing. The thing is that's why I was like, well, if it's about subscriptions, then they're too much. So that's why I went I went to Microsoft. Before anything, I knew anything and anything was really jumping like that. When I say jumping like that, yeah, I mean it's amazing what can be done. And I've seen it already before because I was like, man, open source. Not, not a lot of people understand what open source is. Give me 1 second. 1 second. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. So here we are. And don't apologize to us. You apologize to. Let me. You're very. I say angelic. You are a very hard worker. We are very hard workers. Um, Overall, pretty honest. Just you don't want nothing that you didn't earn. And down to earth. Gullible though, but you went through some things that made you stronger. Sorry for anybody's losses. When I say that, I'm talking. When I say ancestors, I mean around you in general. I seen them around a couple creators, but you more of like okay, powerful ancestors. And when I say that, matter of fact, somebody said that they're adopted. When they said that, they're like, well, no, I don't have any. They don't know they're passed on loved ones, but they got to remember too, even if you're adopted, people that adopt you, most they go from the kindness of their heart, and then you have the best life. Some and some don't. Hey, take it whatever, however it is. Um, you might be, what am I talking about? We're talking about AI. I'm talking about leaving stories, books, movies, illustrations, cartoons. Pretty much the story of my life. So when you said Stickman, I don't know when that was. I was watching it yesterday. Inside, because I was uploading it. I just got back, and I'm gonna say this. I got into one of my emails, but I call them apples. Okay. So they said, and they didn't say anything. I'm taking it easy. I'm trying to explain everything so you don't get confused. And you're like, who is this dude? And why is he using my screen? And he's talking to me like he knows me. What is this? I'm intrigued. Tell me more. Listen, it's about him and inner child. And you don't have a lot of wounds, so the thing that I noticed when I call, there's no judgment, but when I call into Metro PCS, I would talk to, well, the one here in Dallas. They have several call centers. I'm not too sure where, but I know one's in Africa, and then one is in the Philippines, and one's here. And I've seen to talk to people from all of them. So that's where we're at. Because if somebody's coming across my screen, well, there's a reason why. Well, first of all, they have to be good at what they're doing. But it's more than that because the ancestors are wanting certain things to come through. So this one is a little, this is make money creating AI kit animated story. Exactly. See, it's like, not classes like big seminars. Because if I'm going to say this, confirmation. What the heck is this? Here we go again. I'm already getting notification links that I shouldn't be. But I'm getting for a reason. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. So I'm gonna be 63rd. I'm the 63rd comment. Just so you know, I leave footprints, praying hands, and footprints again. And you may ask why. Well, because it's walking with the Lord. When you see both steps, both footprints, and you're walking with Him. Before that, then He's carrying you. It's just depending on your journey a lot. Again, I'm not here to preach or anything like that, so I keep it respectable. I do work for Him, and that's about it. That doesn't mean I'm here to preach to you or anything. No, 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 that's not true. So you cannot leave the time. So there I am, FMP. So mhm. So here we go. Commercial. So it's not too bad. You got like some longest one I think was a minute. So when I started open source, see a lot of people didn't understand. When I went, I was like, okay, I don't have money for the subscription. I need to again get the best out of everything. So it was about okay, 209, 209. And this is one of okay, our channel speak. And well, you're coming across my page. Well, I'm learning how to. I'm looking up the best, the free apps, but the best ones that the AI that can generate content. You know, as far as um, not a lot of money. And when I say that we're talking about because this is a second go around. 404. So it's not about being not like I said perfect, but if we're talking about prompting, well, that's what I have been doing. Now it's trying to put everything in motion as far as in series. So I just got back into one of my apples. See, I'm researching right now, and there's certain things that I look at. Well, again, what is happening because if I started, let's say I'm starting a production and an animation and creation company, right? Two separate ones, right? Production, then you got the animation, creation, and everything. I always say what's good for me is good for the people that I work with, and I don't work with a lot of people. I'll tell you a little story. When I ran my business, I would pay people to watch them work, and the requirements were for them to speak English and for them to know the job I'm asking you to do. Don't say you can do something and then you can't, and then boom, everybody looks like well, just you. Looks like you know what? Because I don't have time to fix people's mistakes. So when I say I watch people work. Yeah, I would watch them work. I would pick them up if they knew how to texture, sheet rock, anything they could do. If I didn't know it, okay, here we are. So I need the best of the best. And Mexicans usually, I mean, there's no pun intended, but I pick them up from in front of Home Depot and stuff. So that's why I'm English because my Spanish is broken. I can't even really speak Spanish. What am I talking about? Yeah, but not with all the translating. It's not really a big deal. But we're not even talking about that. It's just if somebody say yeah because they wanted money. Oh yeah, because I'm paying somebody to watch them. I'm giving them, let's say, $30, $40, $50 depending on your work, right? Because my work, I know what I'm worth. So what I'm making an hour, yeah. I mean, you want to make the most you can, so I pick them. Yeah. Some hours, I mean, it's just depending on the job you're doing. And but yeah, shit, easy to make easy. 400 or 500 an hour. It's just depending. If you have to work, then yes. Now that's something totally different. That's the painting. That's the company over there cleaning, make ready, all those things. So if I pay somebody to watch them work, then yes, I pay close attention to what they did. I pay close attention to detail because that's perfectionist inside. Because all of us have that OCD because you want everything right, especially when it's your name on it. I learned a long time ago. You just can't be. When I build cars, yeah, cars. I mean, some from just putting rims to stereo, maybe painting, buffing, it's depending. From some to engines, transmission, everything. Boom, redo everything. Boom, let's go. So then you have no problem with the car. And yeah. So, like I said, I left a comment because this is what I'm looking at, like what I'm looking for. Where it's like a team, right? Because I said already, I know it's gonna sound crazy, but no, I'm not ready for YouTube. It's bigger, it's more than that. That was a stepping stone because it's just not fair, and I'm not gonna get into too many things. You actually be able to understand from the other, my other messages, because I'm talking to a group of very intelligent, hardworking. That didn't grow with a silver spoon. That grew. I know when your next meal, your mother or father, some mother and father. Sorry, some not having a good night's sleep in a long time, being bullied, but always just, anyways. So yeah, that's just a little bit. I'm already looking. It's like, man, you could almost have like with the stand up, the whole show, like the new cartoon. It's like almost 3 in 1, 3 or 4. It's just depending on how you take it and what you do. Because yeah, you're doing it for for my grandson. Because you're an earth angel, let's just say. You're an earth angel. But anyways, my grandson is an earth angel. All that means, if they would have told you you're an earth angel, you'd be like, oh, I can do whatever I want because I'm an earth angel. No, most earth angels they don't know they're earth angels until you come across somebody one day and they say you're an earth angel. What do you mean I'm an earth angel? I done wrong. I done wrong. Like, no, it's your heart. See, this is the thing. It's your heart. That's it. So I'm not gonna go too much into that. That's it. So I went to look for animated stick figures, right? Because when I came across your video, the first one I came across, I came across a young lady, a young man. Well, it's more than that, but then here we are. When I turn my laptop on, or not laptop, my excuse me, my little touchscreen, whatever it is, you popped up first, and I co-create with the universe. So you have another commercial. So we're talking about AI and everything. So I spent the night setting about prompting. I already knew I was here to write books. It's not a thing. It's yeah, write books. But then again, there's other apps. There's other things so you don't lose money because I lost a lot of money. It's because people don't. They take advantage of them. Those are the kids. That's the kids. They just to be writing invoices. So, but you got to take accountability, right? So when I realized there's an open source, see, open source. A lot of people don't realize open source is an open AI that you can create yourself. The thing that you're doing is help their AIs get better, get smarter. Well, how do you make something smarter? Well, it's just it's better. Just so this is going to be the first time of working without um, Samsung and Samsung Builder Mobile. I mean, I found a couple things, and I'm not gonna speak on it because maybe you're having trouble. Have you trouble with uploading or trouble with just they say Mercury retrograde, with devices, shutting off or turning on glitches. I hear it a lot. I see this, but anyways, they call it Mercury retrograde. Planets, whatever the case is. You could be having problems with just content, losing content, maybe a security with your accounts. Because I think I see, what was it, Cupid, not Cupid, that love in the brain? No, actually, don't. That's what's around. Okay. Because man, there's two. I'm gonna say there's more than two. But I'm gonna say it like this: you have stringers and you have go-getters. Oh my gosh, I'm about to write stringers and go-getters because they're both tubers. Both tubers. I didn't know about creation. I didn't know about monetization. I didn't know about anything like that. It really wasn't about the money. So when I seen, well, streamers, I'm like, what is streamers? Oh my goodness, they make a lot of money. And there's always somebody trying to take your spot. So when I looked up the stick figures as far as comedy, I don't know how far it went back, but you didn't come up. I don't believe in my search because you should have, and then it even said it ended, I believe. I didn't go into detail because I was just looking very quickly. Because you're coming through for a reason. First of all, because you're really good. I just don't know where you started a TikTok page. There's certain things that you ask because communication. So you are explaining a lot of things, but you should be seminars and things like that. They haven't, but again, let's say people stealing ideas and just depending where you're at on the food chain or on the totem pole. Yeah, it's honestly too bad, but you only got like what? Here we are. $5.99. And let me see, get paid to create short stories with only the phone. Okay, see. What I'm doing right now is I am. There we go. Now it's 3:35. I couldn't leave timestamp. Let's say that. And 26:44.
The current was strong and began pulling him away. His friends shouted in fear but could not help him. Just then, a fisherman nearby heard the noise. He hid.
Alright, here we go. I don't want to make it too long. I was already at 26 minutes. And I know, right now, I know, especially if you're doing the little cartoons, I gotta make them within shit, like between 3 to 5 minutes, if that, depending. And that's just, and then that's trying to get the adults watching because you're trying to get for the both. Yes, for my grandson. If I'm gonna have him watch something, well, I want him to learn from it. I want him to get other things that he's not going to get from regular just anybody's cartoons or anybody's animation. So that's why I started up again production company and the animation and everything, right?